So I'm going to do a little fantasy football sleeper talk for you guys here on Twitch, and I'm going to start ramping up my Twitch live streaming. So get ready for a lot more Twitch action, baby, coming to you in 2020 from the Fantasy Football Show. And if you want to find me on YouTube, get on over to smitty1.com. Smitty1.com will take you. It's a shortcut link right to my YouTube channel, smitty1.com. I want to break down some of the sleepers I've been talking about for months that are now starting to get a lot of traction in a lot of people's minds. And it's a little bit frustrating and kind of nice to see people get on board of stuff you've been talking about for months and months and months. Now, I don't get everything right. I don't claim to be the best fantasy football expert on the planet. I do think I can hang with just about anybody. So maybe I will say I'm the best on the planet. I do get shit wrong. It happens. It happens. Where no one's 100%. No expert's going to get even 70% of their bold, close call, tough stuff right every year. They're just not. Because people aren't asking you, hey, should I start, AJ, should I start AJ Brown or Christian Kirk? They're asking you tough, really close call type questions. Terry McLaurin versus Hollywood Brown. Do you trade those two? Do you start one over the other? That's the kind of close call crap people throw at you all day long in the fantasy industry. So, of course, you're not going to get more than 75% of that stuff right. That's why this business exists, because prediction is volatile. Predictions are volatile. And anyway, let's get into the rookie content. Let's get into the sleeper content. Let's mix the two conversations together, because I have some big sleeper breakout predictions coming from the rookie class, specifically Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I've been talking about this like crazy. In fact, I may even just make this episode about two guys, because I think I'm going to rant long enough on Clyde that I won't need to go any further. You're going to get your heavy dose of fantasy football content just from this topic alone. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to become, in my opinion, the next Maurice Jones-Drew, a top 5 dynasty running back. In redraft, don't even consider taking him as your first or second drafted player in redraft, because you don't have to. His ADP is like at 3.01. If it climbs to like the mid-second, I might pay that. In redraft, we'll take a wait-and-see approach on that. The bottom line is, even as much as I like him, you've got to use ADP to your value, to your advantage. You don't go reaching for players just because you like them. If I tell you AJ Brown, who's the guy I'll talk about next, is going to be a top 5 to 7 wide receiver, don't go drafting him at number 12 overall because I said that. You've got to take advantage of the situation. Take advantage of the fact that you can get this guy at totally cheap pricing and that he can explode from and win you a league. You've got to be smart, be a good fantasy football manager. Now, Clyde Edwards-Helaire in redraft is capable of top 10, top 12 overall PPR running back numbers. Don't believe me? Enjoy the show. The guy's going to walk into 50-plus receptions in his sleep, even with a slow start, even if Damian Williams is kicking things off as a starter for multiple weeks, even 4 or 5 weeks in. This team wants Clyde to be the starter. I don't care about the Dame Williams noise. That news that recently broke that said, oh, Damian's going to be the starter pretty much all year. This is noise. Because the GM, Veach, and the head coach, Andy Reid, and the starting quarterback, a guy named Patty Mahomes, who happens to be not only the best quarterback in the NFL and the starting quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, but he happens to be the best NFL player in the National Football League.